Have you ever wondered what it feels like to step on a poisonous critter or plant? No? Not really? Good. You should try your best to never join that club. Today we're taking a journey into the world of some of the most common poisonous creatures and plants that you definitely don't want underfoot. And we're kicking off this exploration with a creature that's as intriguing as it is dangerous. The scorpion. Scorpions are primarily found in the southwest of the United States. They're crafty critters, often hiding in shoes or under debris, lying in wait for the unwary. Just imagine slipping your bare foot into a shoe only to be greeted by a sharp sting. That's a scorpion saying hello in its own unique way. When scorpions sting, they inject venom that can cause a range of symptoms. You might experience pain, numbness, and in rare cases more severe symptoms that could send you rushing to the hospital. Now, if you're thinking of taking a barefoot stroll in the deserts of Arizona, you might want to reconsider unless you're in the mood for a scorpion greeting. These creatures love the arid environment and won't hesitate to protect their territory. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is that scorpions are not out to get us. They sting primarily in self-defense. So unless you're planning on poking around in their hiding places or stepping on them, they're likely to leave you alone. Still, it's worth keeping in mind that these creatures can turn up in the most unexpected places. And when they do, it's best to give them a wide berth. Unless, of course, they turn up on the kitchen floor. In that case, you may consider a call to the local exterminator. So keep your shoes on when hiking in the deserts of the Southwest and always be aware of your surroundings. From deserts, we go to the ocean where another unexpected stinger awaits. The stingray. These fascinating creatures are commonly found in the shallow waters of the Atlantic, the Southern California coastline, and the Caribbean. They have an intriguing habit of burying themselves under the sand, with just their eyes and tail peeking out. However, the visibility in these waters is often zero, making it easy to miss them. Stingrays are pretty peaceful, but they will defend themselves if they feel threatened, like when they're stepped on. They use their barb, a venomous spine on their tail, to deliver a sting that can be extremely painful and potentially dangerous. The venom can cause symptoms ranging from severe pain and swelling to more serious effects, like tissue necrosis. So, the next time you're in shallow waters, watch your step and shuffle your feet to provide ample warning. After all, the ocean floor is the stingray's living room, and we're just visitors. Treat them with respect, and they'll do the same. Leaving the ocean behind, we take a hike and stumble upon the infamous poison ivy. This deceptive plant is known to blend in with other vegetation, making it a sneaky adversary for the unsuspecting hiker. Found primarily in wooded or marshy areas throughout the United States, poison ivy has a distinctive appearance. Each stem has 3 leaves, hence the old saying, "Leaves of 3, let it be." And trust me, you want to let it be. The plant produces urushiol, an oily resin that causes an allergic skin reaction in most people. This reaction can range from a mild itchy rash to severe blistering dermatitis. If you accidentally step on or brush up against poison ivy, washing the area immediately with soap and water can help remove the oil and lessen the reaction. But prevention is always better than cure. So remember, leaves of 3, let it be. Escaping the outdoors, we head indoors, but safety is not guaranteed. Meet the brown recluse spider. Unlike some of the other critters we've covered, these spiders prefer the cozy confines of your home. They're most recognizable by their violin-shaped markings on their backs. If you're not a fan of classical music, this is one violin you'll want to avoid. When disturbed, the brown recluse can deliver a bite that's not just painful, but can lead to necrosis of the skin and other systemic symptoms. Imagine a small, 8-legged creature having the power to cause the death of the skin around its bite. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? But don't worry, bites are rare and usually defensive. Still, it's a good idea to keep your living area clean and clutter-free to discourage these spiders from setting up camp. So, always check your shoes and clothes before putting them on. The backyard is not safe either. We have fire ants and black widow spiders waiting for us. In the cozy corner of our backyards or the shed, we might find uninvited guests, the fire ants and the black widow spiders. Fire ants, primarily found in the southeastern US, are notorious for their mounds that can be easily stumbled upon. They're small, but don't let their size fool you. When disturbed, these ants become extremely aggressive, delivering painful stings that inject venom. The result? Pain, swelling, and in severe cases an allergic reaction that can have serious consequences. Always be on the lookout for their mounds, especially after a rain shower when they are most likely to surface. Now let's shift our focus to a more clandestine dweller. The black widow spider, named for the infamous red hourglass shape on its abdomen, can be found throughout the United States. They prefer to set up their web in quiet, undisturbed places, like a stack of firewood. While the females of this species are known for their deadly dance, they only bite in self-defense. However, when they do bite, they inject a potent venom that can cause severe pain, muscle cramps, and in some cases more severe symptoms. So, if you're rummaging through that old shed, make sure to wear gloves and pay attention to your surroundings. It's not about living in fear, but about being aware. The great outdoors and sometimes the indoors are not always as friendly as they seem. Hidden among the beauty and tranquility are creatures and plants that can cause us harm. Whether it's fire ants in our backyards or black widow spiders in our sheds, it's important to remember that we share our space with them. So, always be cautious of where you step and of your surroundings. It's not just about avoiding a painful encounter, but also about respecting the creatures with whom we share our planet. Another option? Wear the thickest boots you can find.